Well, almost made it with the morning video. Just a tad late, okay? Just a tad. Okay, we know that the big headline in this morning's news was the shooting in this school in Georgia. It's a 14-year-old kid, and they don't know how he got the weapon in, and I'm assuming it was a breakdown weapon, and somebody had to teach him how to break it down. He's not old enough to have bought one of these weapons. I really don't know if he knew what he was. He didn't seem to be as crazy as some of the other ones, because he surrendered peaceably after killing the people he killed, and I don't know. They're interviewing the kid, and I don't know whether he's got regrets or he's just friggin' nuts. I don't know. I don't think he's sane. They're going to try him as an adult, which means they can, put him away for a long time in an insane asylum. But a kid like that, I don't know if that's going to do any good. That might make him worse. Being around crazy people all the time. Being in jail. I don't know what's wrong with the kid. I don't know. I've met some crazy young people in my life who went out and became gangsters and did some bad things, but I've never met somebody that was so psychologically disturbed that he would go around and shoot up a school. Now maybe that's just a new I don't know, new something or another, that takes the place of something old. I don't know. I get very depressed when I read these stories, and then you hear that the people's solution to that is to put guns in the hands of teachers and other people within the school building, so that if you've ever seen somebody fire under fire, you know what I'm saying? There are videotapes out at this of skirmishes and whatnot during the Vietnam War and the war in Korea and the war in Afghanistan, when they were fighting inside buildings and whatnot. And you watch these people just put a gun around the corner and open fire into a room. Now, you do that, understand something. If you do that with an M4, you're probably going to go through the walls of the classroom you're shooting in and go out the other side. It's not conducive to, I don't know how you say it, a controlled shooting environment. I don't know. I don't know how to say this, but I don't think it's a good idea. If you put these guys inside and they have access to shotguns with beanbag ammunition or stun guns, then maybe you could take the guy down and not have a major friendly fire incident, which you don't want to see. I would say this, that putting more training teachers and putting more security personnel in there might be a good idea. I don't know if it's economically feasible. I don't know whether it's practical. I'm just saying it seems like it would be one solution. And then the parents have to be held responsible. If a child gets a gun and the gun was in the parent's house, the parents have to be held just as responsible as the child for the shooting. And maybe that'll cause parents to lock guns up more securely. I can't tell you don't buy guns. I like guns, all right? I don't have any now because it's not practical where I am. First of all, I'm too old. I can't see straight, so it wouldn't be a very good idea. But when I stopped carrying guns, I stopped carrying guns because I lived in a city. And it was necessary for me to drive an hour and a half to go shooting. And 3 hours a day out of my life in a car wasn't what I wanted to do, just so I could go over and fire off 20 or 40 rounds of ammunition. You know, I'm not a good target shooter. I never was. I am very good at things like hunting and other things. I don't usually miss what I aim at if it's moving. They used to say if he can see it, he can hit it. So, you know, I'm a good shot. I was an excellent shot. I'm not now. I'm not. Are you kidding me? I can barely see the screen here when I'm doing this. It's all blurry, and I wear glasses, and they're supposedly perfect for me. I don't know whether that's you know, good or bad. But I don't know what the actual cure for this is, you know. There are too many guns out there to try to remove guns. You can stop new guns from getting into the system, but the way the system is set up now, the way these gun manufacturers work, they deliver to gang members, you know. I don't know how you're going to do it. I really don't. I'm not smart enough, you know. But I do believe that if you might have to start holding the gun manufacturers responsible, because apparently laws don't mean anything to these people. But if you start holding them physically responsible, like if you hold a parent physically responsible, the kid's got a hold of an AR-15. Where was it? A 14-year-old kid's got a hold of an AR-15 style rifle. Where was it kept? Was it locked up? No, because the guy got it for protection, and what good is it if it's locked up? That's what he's going to say. That's what they'll say. What good is it if you buy a weapon for protection? What good is it if it's locked up? Well, it may save 5 or 6 kids. You never know. And parents have to be more involved in a child's life. You know, you can't put the kid down in front of the TV because you got to work. You got to spend some time with that kid. You know, take him fishing, be nice to him, talk to him, listen to him. You know, try to understand him because kids are difficult to understand. I guess that's why all the kids around here like me, because I listen to them. I don't criticize them, you know. I don't talk about their parents either. So, you know, I don't know. But anyhow, that takes care of that headline news. Now let's talk a little bit about what else is going on. John McCain's son says he will not vote for Donald Trump. He's changed parties to Democrat because of Donald Trump and the attitude of the Republican Party towards fallen war heroes. Now, I don't know whether any of you know who McCain was. McCain was a senator. He ran for president. He had Sarah Palin as his vice president, which was a huge mistake on his part. Died of a brain tumor. He was a Vietnam vet. He had been captured, and he escaped, went through the jungle and got out. And Trump called him a coward, and because he got caught in the first place, he's a loser and a coward, and he doesn't like losers and cowards. I guess he hates himself then. Speaking of Donald Trump, he and Joe Biden put forward some very good legislation that's still in effect today, that helps people, that was beneficial to the United States. It wasn't just beneficial to their pockets. They were the compromisers in the Senate. So, you know, I guess that's why Trump hates McCain so much, because or hates Biden so much, because he, you know, was friends with McCain, and he didn't like McCain because McCain was a war hero, and Trump isn't. Trump's not a hero of any caliber. Trump is a coward. A liar and a coward. So that kind of might have probably pissed him off a little bit. Now, they say Trump is obsessed with Biden. I read that headline. I don't know why. But before Biden came along, Trump was upset before he even ran for president. Trump was obsessed with Obama. And he went in, when he got it, and he was so obsessed, and he called him, he wasn't born in this country, yada, 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 yada. All this stuff was investigated and proven to be false. So his, he's pissed off about that. He'll probably try, if he gets elected, he'll probably try to have Trump deported or something. I don't know. He's fucked up. But he hated him so much, and he said, "I'm going to get rid of Obamacare as soon as I get into office." And he tried. He actually tried. He told the Republicans to come forward with a proposal that would be better than Obamacare, and they couldn't do it. They couldn't come up with anything. So what is it? 8-10 years later, it's still there. Obamacare. They don't call it Obamacare anymore. They call it the Affordable Care Act. He was able to change the name of the law, but he's still pissed about it. He hates Obama, hates Michelle, and Michelle's probably 10 times smarter than he is. I guess he hates Obama because Obama managed to marry an intelligent woman that doesn't have and he doesn't have to use his political power to keep her around, because they actually honestly and truly love each other. His kids, Obama's kids, are respectable, normal children. They don't walk around like automatons. They don't stand up and swear allegiance to their father. They discuss things with their father. Trump doesn't discuss anything with anybody. You either agree with Donald Trump or you're out the door. Don't bring any doubts into the conversation. And I think that's part of the reason Ivanka's not involved right now. That and the fact that it's going to get really, really nasty as time goes on, as we get closer to the election. Maybe she's waiting for that, because she is a nasty little bitch too. I don't know what else to say here in regards to that. I don't understand that either. I don't understand. There's so many things in this world that people do or say that nobody understands. I don't care how many psychologists examine these people. They don't understand it. The human mind is one of the greatest mysteries ever, and it's just so difficult to fathom why people do certain things, why they have certain habits, why they get certain diseases. They go, it's a genetic code. Well, that genetic code has to be present someplace in their timeline, in our family history. And if it isn't, how did they get it? Because things aren't contagious. Some things aren't contagious. Your personality's not contagious. You get your personality from those you're exposed to. I mean, your first few years, I have the temper I was because I saw it in my old man. I guess I saw it when I was real young and didn't realize what I was watching. But I know I have that temper, and I've tried to control it. If I lose my temper now, I'll probably have a massive heart attack, so I control it now. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to be up late tonight. I don't know what time I'll get up tomorrow morning, because I got the first game of the year tonight, Kansas City and Baltimore, Ravens and Chiefs. I'll be there. I pay for the NFL Game Pass because I can't get all the games down here. And to be quite honest with you, Spanish announcers spend more time talking bullshit than they do actually talking about the game. If if you ever remember watching baseball games when Mel Allen used to do the games and Phil Rizzuto and those guys who do the baseball games, they still do it to today. It's more bullshit than it is actual play-by-play announcing because it takes so long. It's so long between plays and everything. These guys talk through the plays. They'll continue to like it's because they're not at the game. I don't think the TV announcers. I'm not sure. I don't know. They're in the truck or something. I don't know whether they have a booth for these guys upstairs. Because they never get real excited. Sometimes they don't really care. So I like to watch the game with American announcers. I could do without Tom Brady announcing games. I liked, who was this guy? I can't remember this guy's name. Next giant lineman. He was a vice president, ended up being a vice president for Prudential Insurance, and he would do the games. And that guy would sit there, watch the game, and say, well, they're going to do this. And they did it. That's how great he was, how analytical his mind was. He wasn't a quarterback, he was a defensive lineman when he played for the Giants, and I liked it when quarterbacks called their own plays. The last game where two quarterbacks called their own plays was a Raiders Steelers game, I believe, with Bradshaw and Plunkett being the last two quarterbacks in the league to call their own plays in a game. That's when the game meant something. Now it's all automatons. It's like automatons. You don't need coaches or anything like that. You just write a program, send robots out to play the game, and that'll probably happen in the next 10 years because it's getting very violent. My crazy wife is these three high school football players got killed and died of head injuries, and my wife blames vaccines for it. So those problems, when you have people like that running around, those problems will never get solved, so eventually they'll just stop using humans. I don't know what they'll blame it when the opposing quarterback gets his head knocked off, they're robots, what the hell was that? The game's too violent. Yeah, right, okay. Well, it's once again, I'm over my 15-minute limit, and I get that way when I start talking. If you notice no headphones, well, because there's something wrong with them and I can't hear what I'm saying, so I hope everybody's okay with that. But we'll see you today? Yeah, tomorrow, I guess. I don't know if it might be late because of the game. I don't know. We'll see. It's actually going to be, I think, a 7:30 start down here, so I might actually get to bed before midnight. Okay, everybody have a great day.